Welcome to yoga. Thanks for coming. Our practice today is going to focus on balance. Not just balancing poses, but kind of counteracting the imbalances that occur with our modern day habits of being seated, looking at screens a lot. And so we're going to be doing some poses to counteract that. That can lead to tight hip flexors, our shoulders maybe hunched forward, even affects our eyes. So anyway, that's what we're going to be doing today. So let's start seated. So find a comfortable seat, perhaps up on a cushion or a block. Oh, you also have handy a strap and two blocks. So if you want to take a pause and take a minute to get those things, if you don't already have them, go ahead and do that. So we're going to start seated, and for our centering, I got pine needles on my mat. Okay. Find a comfortable seat. It can be, as I said, raised up, raise your hips up, can be more comfortable, legs in easy cross-leg position. You can have your legs straight, or seat, you can be in a chair if that's more comfortable. So any way that you can sit and have a nice upright spine. So shoulders over hips, ears over shoulders, and just feel your support down through your sit bones, and just as in Tadasana, you press into your feet, just lightly press down through your sit bones and rise up through the crown of your head, but not over efforting. And rest your hands comfortably somewhere on your legs. Close your eyes and bring your awareness inside. And we're gonna do our body scan, emotion scan, mental activity scan. But before you do that, we're gonna take 3 deep breaths in through the nose, exhale with the sound ah through the mouth. So let's just do that. Nice deep inhale. Ah. 2 more. Just like you're releasing everything and just feels so good relaxing. 1 more. Okay, now just see how your body's doing on the physical level, sensation, emotions, how your feeling tone, and how busy your mind is. And then come to your breath. Inhaling, exhaling through your nose. Relaxing your face, jaw, neck. Let your shoulders just come down from your ears. And we're going to do a pranayama 4-2-4-2. So inhale to your count of 4, pause in stillness, 2. Exhale your count of 4 and pause, count of 2. So this is a balanced inhale, exhale, and then also a balance between activity, movement, and stillness during the pause. So you set your tempo, and for a minute we are going to just do the inhale 4, pause for 2, exhale 4, pause for 2. Okay, then let go of that conscious breathing, the pranayama. Just come back to a slow, deep, even breath that you can maintain during practice, and always come back to see if you're exerting right effort. And we're going to begin seated. So just reaffirm your foundation here on your seat. Feel where your sit bones are supported by the mat and the earth. Lengthen up through the crown of your head, and we're going to start with just the eyes. So again, I refer back to looking at screens, and everyone looks at screens differing amounts of time, but I would venture to say we are all looking at screens for some portion of our day. So imagine in front of on the wall or in front of you a big clock, and your nose is going to line up with the center of that clock, and we're going to move our eyes around the clock, moving just our eyes, not the face. So I will direct. So start by looking right at the center of the clock, and then look up to the 12, moving just your eyes back to the center, over to the 3, back to the center, down to the 6, back to the center, over to the 9, back to the center, and we're going to go the other direction. So up to 12, center, 9, center, 6, center, 3, center, and now to the 1, center, 11, center, 2, center, 10, center, 3, center, 9, center, 4, center, 8, center, 5, center, 7, center, 6, center, one more, 12, center, 11, center, 10, center, 9, center, 8, center, 7, center, 6, center, 5, center, 4, center, 3, center, 2, center, 1, center, 12, center. Very good. Now just bring your palms together and rub them, rub them, rub them. Generate some heat. Rub those palms together and then place the palms over your eyes gently and open your eyes looking into the darkness, perhaps feeling the heat. This is very relaxing to the eyes, so just look into the darkness. Okay, bring your hands down. And now we're going to work with the neck and the shoulders that can get tensed up and hunched forward. So sits up straight, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Inhale in the center. Exhale, turn to look over your right shoulder. We're just moving slowly and gently. Inhale back to center. Exhale, look over your left shoulder. Inhale, center. 2 more times like that. Inhale over the right shoulder. Exhale over the right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale over the left shoulder. Inhale, center. 1 more time. Right and left. Back to center. Now bring your chin towards your chest on an exhale. And then inhale, bring your chin up, look up, and 2 more times like that. Exhale down, stretch the back of your neck, inhale up, stretch the front, exhale down, slow, 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 moving with your breath. And then back to center. Now we're going to move our nose in a circle. So up, around to the right, down, up to the left. So just slow circles in a clockwise direction. Really slow. You might hear some clicking, popping. That's okay. Cervical spine is small bones. Okay, then pause at the top and make your circles go counterclockwise the other way. Slow circles. One more circle to the left. And back to the center. And pause. Now we're going to work on our, do some, you might want to cross your legs here. So take your, if your legs are crossed, take them out and cross them the other way. It's kind of balancing out the sides. So in yoga we do everything equally on both sides. Now let your shoulders come down, let your hands come down to the mat, and then lift your shoulders up to your ears, squeeze, 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 and then let them drop. Okay? Up, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale through your mouth, let them drop. 2 more. Squeeze them up, squeeze them up. Let them drop. 1 more. Nice. Now we're going to roll the shoulders slowly up, back, and around. And we're only going to do them backwards because part of the thing of looking at screens is hunching. Your shoulders get hunched forward. So we're not going to, we're doing counter that. So we're going to do it just backwards. So that strengthens the muscles between your shoulder blades and your upper back and stretches the muscles on your chest. One more slow backward circle. Very nice. Okay. And then just rest that. And take a strap. Oh, no, one more on the shoulder, sorry. So it's just a few sun breaths. So inhale, arms up, palms touch, turn your palms outward, and let them come down. Two more, just like that. Inhale up, palms touch, and press away. One more. Okay, now take your strap. You might want to change your leg cross again. It's up to you. Take your strap or tie or whatever it is and place it over your right shoulder. So this is going to be stretching the muscles, the fibers, the fascia, opening our chest in cow face pose. So the strap is over your right shoulder. Take your right arm out in front, thumb faces up, and then bring it directly up. Bend your elbow and find the strap. Take a hold of the strap behind your right shoulder. Try to keep your elbow as much facing straight up as you can and as close to your ear as you can. Left arm out. Turn the palm to face out, thumb down. Bring it straight back behind your back and take a hold of the strap wherever you can reach it behind your back. Lengthen up. Don't let your head and shoulders come forward. So lengthen up. It doesn't matter. You might be able to clasp your hands. That doesn't matter. Whatever you can, or just take hold of the strap and then just gentle pressure, pulling the hands apart on the strap. You feel some stretch. Feel where you feel the stretch. Maybe on the back of your right arm, left shoulder. Continue to sit up nice and tall. Keep your chin up. Take a couple more breaths. One more. Okay, then let go of the strap with both arms. Maybe roll your shoulders back a couple times. And switch the strap to your other shoulder, your left shoulder. And do that on the other side. So this time left arm straight out, thumb faces up, palm in. Bring the arm up, bend the elbow, take hold of the strap. Right arm out, turn the thumb down, palm out. Arm comes back, take hold of the strap. Notice differences in your side. Just gently pulling on the strap. Hands away from each other. Try to keep that left arm close to your ear. Right arm close to your side. Find just a nice stretch. And breathe. One more slow, deep breath. And then let your hands come away from the strap. Remove the strap, set it off to the side. And we're going to come up to all fours. So if you like to have a blanket under your knees, go ahead and have that there. And we're going to do some cat-cows. So start with your tabletop. So shoulders over wrists, knees under hips. Spread your fingers, press lightly into your hands, like a little suction cup there. And just begin some gentle cat-cow. So spinal extension for cow, then tuck and round cat. Just moving slowly with your breath. Let the breath initiate movement. Maybe getting a little deeper each time. It's waking up the spine. Okay, then the next time you come to cow pose, spinal extension, hold, keep breathing. So when we sit a lot, the spine is more in a flexed orientation. So we're just going to give a little more attention to extension today. Couple more breaths in cow. Now walk your hands a good hand length out in front, so they're not under your shoulders, they're out in front. And begin to take your hips back so your chest comes toward your thighs. Puppy pose. So it's not all the way back like child. This is more focused on the shoulders. So your chest comes toward your thighs, your head can hang down. Press into your hands. It's sort of like a half downward dog, or knees down, down dog. Again, this is stretching the muscles in the front of the chest to help counteract the rounding of our shoulders. Now we're going to do a little vinyasa here. So begin to come up, tuck your tailbone and come up with a rounded back. Bring your shoulders over your wrists and let your hips come down to the mat. Lift up. Exhale, round your back, come back into a puppy kind of pose. And then inhale, keeping your back rounded as you come forward. When your shoulders are over your wrists, let your hips come down. So here we're opening the front, stretching the front of our hips. When you're seated in a chair, keep going. Your hip flexors are just flexed. And so here you're giving some counter pose to that, stretching the hip flexors. Extending the spine. Okay, then the next time your hips come back, go ahead and come all the way back into child's pose and rest. Your hands can be out in front, supporting your forehead or by your sides. Now this is flexion, and it's also the balance of movement and stillness, which is in our yoga practice. So, in the balance of activity and rest, just let everything go. Okay, then come back to all fours. Tuck your toes, bring your hips up and back into downward facing dog. Take some movement if that feels right, pedaling your feet. And just take a couple breaths in down dog, knees bent little or a lot. Press down through your heels, up through your sit bones. Neck is soft. Shake your head yes, no. Lengthen out your spine. And then bend your knees, look up between your hands, walk your feet up between your hands, coming with knees bent into a forward fold. Just let your chest rest on your thighs. And then you might see about straightening your legs, not locking the knees, but just find the right degree of bend there. Hang down. Belly in and up. And then bring your hands to your shins. Come up with a flat back. Lengthen out. Exhale, fold. And then press into your feet. Reach out with your hands. Come all the way up. Palms touch. Down the midline into Tadasana, mountain pose. Look at your feet, lift and spread your toes. Feet are hip width apart or closer. And then take a little tuck in your tailbone. Lengthen up through your side waist. Shoulders are around. Chest is open, palms face forward. Spread your fingers. Lift up through the crown of your head. Find your mountain pose. And then, once you're stable, you feel stable, just release 10% of your effort. Just relax into the pose without losing the energy. Just take a few slow, deep, even breaths here. Closing your eyes if you feel comfortable with the balance. And now we're going to do you might want to take a couple blocks on the side of the front of your mat. We're going to be doing a variation of sun salutation, which is a vinyasa with several movements, including a low lunge. So you might want to have a blanket for your knees. So get whatever you want here. We're going to be moving through it slowly, but a couple times. So let's see. I think I should be sideways to you. So, okay. So, front edge of your mat. Okay, so start by in mountain. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, come into a forward fold. Then inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands down. Take your right leg back. Right knee comes down into a low lunge. Now here's where you might want to put your hands on blocks to raise the floor up, but you don't have to. You can have them on the floor. So they're low lunge here. Let's take an inhale, exhale. So stretching out the front of the right hip. Inhale. Then you're going to bring your hands to the mat. Tuck your right toes and step your left foot back into downward facing dog. Then on an inhale, bring your right foot forward. Can help it get up there if you want. Again, have the blocks. Left knee goes down, so now you're in a lunge, low lunge on the other side. Inhale, let your hips come forward. Look up, take another breath here. Then put your hands on the mat. Tuck your left toes. Bring your left leg up, rock back. Bring your left leg up, left foot up to meet your right. In a forward fold here. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. This time take your left foot back. No, I'm sorry. Forward fold. This is good. And then press into your feet. Inhale, come all the way up. Hands down. Mountain pose. Now we're going to do that same sequence, but we're going to start with the left foot back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen out. Exhale, bend your knees, fold forward, take your left foot back, left knee down, lunge, low lunge. Let's take a breath here. Inhale, open your chest, reach up, exhale, sink into that left hip. Then inhale, take your right foot back, come into downward facing dog. Breath here. Then on an inhale, take your right foot forward any way you can get it there. Right knee comes down into a lunge. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink forward. Stretch in the left hip, right hip, sorry. And now this time you're going to tuck your right toes, bring your left foot back. Down dog. I think I got out of order here. Left foot back, right foot forward. I'm confused. I think we were supposed to be in a forward fold. Okay, so walk your hands up between your feet up between your hands and come into a forward fold. I'm sorry. I'm going to do it better next time. Okay, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up and arms down. All right, we're going to do that perfectly now. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Right foot back, lunge. Breathe in and out. Left foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward. Left knee down. Lunge on this side. Then inhale. Straighten out your left leg, rock back. Bring the left foot forward to meet the right. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Hands come down. Mountain pose. You could just stand a mountain. Find some stillness after movement. Reconnect with your breath. Okay. So I'm sorry that I was a little confusing on that. Now we're going to do some actual balance poses, formal balance poses, a couple of them. So sometimes it helps to step off your mat for balance poses, but your choice. Find your gaze point, something you're looking at that's not moving, and let's let the weight come into our left leg first. So come up on your right toes. Your hands can be at your waist for this, or hanging, whatever you want. So take your toes and tap them in front. Right toes tap in front, out to the side, back behind, and then bring your right knee up. And that's the procedure. We're just going to do that over and over. So out to the side, back, up. If you want to make it a little more challenging, you can hover your toes and not actually touch down. Whatever works for you. Moving slowly. Core is engaged, looking at something that's not moving. Breathing. One more time. And then let your right foot come down and just shake it out any way that feels good. And try the other side. So the weight comes into your right leg, up on your left toes. Zip up your core. Tap front, tap side, tap back, knee up. See if you want to hold. If you want to hold with the knee up a little bit, you can. And then come out of that. Shake it out. And now we're going to do tree pose. So this is a hip movement that is not flex, so it helps to counteract the sitting that we do. So strengthening the external rotators. Let's let the weight come into the right foot to start here. So up on your left toes. Externally rotate your left leg. Knee out, and then you can stay right there with your toes on the floor. Bring your foot to below your knee, or bring it to the upper thigh, just not on the knee. So find where you want to be for your tree pose. And then you can bring your arms in, whatever you want. So just have fun for a little bit with your tree pose. Remembering to breathe. Okay, then come out as carefully as you went in, and again, whatever movement your body's asking for after that. And whatever leg we did last time, I'm having losing my focus here. So whatever, do tree pose on the other side. I think it was like this. You might want to do something different on this side. Okay, then come out, move it around. Very nice. Okay, then turn to face the long edge of your mat. Step your feet wide apart. Toes point forward. So press into your feet. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Take your hands to your hips or even to the crease here. We're going to fold forward at our hips, not our waist. So lengthen forward halfway. Strong flat back. Might want to block here to put your hands on. And just lengthen your spine out here. Keep a little micro bend in your knees. And then once you come forward as far as you can from your hips, then you can round down, let your head come down. Or you can keep your hands on the blocks and not come down so far. Whatever is right for you today. Do keep a little bend in your knee, micro bend, so they're not locked. And then your choice, you can either just walk your hands over to one side and then the other, keeping your feet forward, or you can place one hand under your nose and reach up for a twist with the other arm. So just some spinal movement here. That's either lateral or twisting. Okay, then come up halfway, either hands on the block or on your hips, lengthen out, and then come all the way up, press into your feet, come all the way up, and then walk your feet together, just take a little movement, and then step them wide apart again. Rotate your left, we're going to come into warrior two. So let your left heel rotate back toward the back corner of your mat, right toes to the short edge of your mat. Bend and straighten your right knee a few times till you find the right stance so your knee can come over your ankle. Square your shoulders to the long edge of the mat so your spine's coming right up between, right straight up. And then inhale your arms out to the side. Take your gaze to look over your right middle finger, warrior two. And we're going to move back and forth just a few times between warrior two and bent side angle, Parsvottanasana. So inhale here in warrior two. And then exhale, sink down a little bit. And then on the next inhale, reach your right arm out. Let your right forearm come to your right thigh, and your arm can go up or behind your back or on your waist here. Palm faces up. Any position for bent side angle that you want. And then inhale back to warrior two. Warrior two, your gaze is over your right middle finger. Inhale, reach out, come back into bent side angle. Inhale one more time, warrior two. Exhale in warrior two. And then inhale, bent side angle. We're going to hold this for a few breaths. So your gaze can be up, straight ahead, or down. Keep your spine moving straight out, not collapsing into your, so there's not a lot of weight on your arm and arm on your leg. You're just resting it there. One more breath. Then inhale, come back up, square your feet again, and we'll take that sequence to the other side. So right heel pivots toward the back corner of the mat, left toes toward the short edge. Inhale, arms up. Oh, sorry, bend your left knee over your left ankle. Spine coming straight up. Inhale. Now inhale your arms up. Shoulders are squared to the long edge of the mat. Take your gaze out over your left middle finger. Warrior two. So inhale here. Exhale. Sink a little bit. And now inhale, reach out. Left forearm comes to left thigh. Right arm can go up or on your waist or behind your back. Whatever gaze you choose. We'll do that in a movement a couple times. So inhale back to warrior two. Exhale, sink. Inhale, reach. Come into bent side angle. Exhale here. Inhale, warrior two. Now inhale out, bent side angle, and we're going to hold for a few breaths here. Keep lengthening out through the crown of your head, pressing down through both feet. Then on an inhale, come back up, square your feet, step your feet together. Now we're going to do something that's a little out there, a little crazy, but another part of kind of waking your body up and moving intuitively is shaking. Shaking is good for your body. So we're going to do a little version of the hokey pokey. So just have fun with this. It's just a fun kind of organic movement. So just follow me. Remember the hokey pokey? You put your right side in, you put your right side out, you put your right side in, and you shake it all about. So this is a little bit of a balance here. If you can stand on your left foot and shake your right hand, right leg and right arm. Okay, then you do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your left side in, you put your left side out, you put your left side in, and you shake it all about. Turn the left this time. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. One more. You put your whole self in, you put your whole self out, you put your whole self in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Woo! Okay. I hope that was a little bit fun. All right. Now we're going to come down onto our backs. So start at the front edge of your mat. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees a lot. Step back into down dog. Maybe take a little movement here. Whatever your body wants. And then inhale your knees to the mat. Bring your feet up to the side. Come onto your seat. And lower yourself down onto your back. Coming into bridge pose. So your feet are hip width apart, knees bent. Just press down into your shoulders. Lift your chest up. Bring your shoulder blades onto closer together so your chest starts out nice and open. Arms by your side. So you can do a moving bridge, which is just inhale, maybe arms go overhead, and then exhale down one vertebra at a time. You can hold your bridge. So just take some time here to do whatever your version of bridge is today. Do move with your breath. Press into your feet. If your knees tend to splay apart, press a little more into the big toe side. Squeeze your glutes. Keep a nice long neck so your chest is rising toward your chin, not the other way around. So you see how this is counter pose for sitting. The fronts of our hips are extended, flex, stretching. And then wherever you are, come on back down to your back. Hug both knees into your chest. Take hold, maybe rock right and left. And bring your feet toward the ceiling. Take a hold of your big toes. Your knees are moving toward your armpits, or hold anywhere you can on your legs. Happy baby. And just rock back and forth here. Pulling your knees down toward the mat, toward out to the side. Okay, then bring your feet back to the mat. We're going to do a supine twist. Twists are wonderful counter poses to also move your spine in a different way than flexion. So bring things back into balance. So you can straighten out your right leg. Bend your left knee and carry it over the top. Arms out shoulder height. Any kind of a supine twist. You can do windshield wipe, both knees to one side. So you're just going to hold this for a bit. So remember, in the twist, you inhale like you're sending the breath right to the area of stretch, creating space. And the exhale, find release somewhere. And then come back to center and move into a twist on the other side. Doesn't have to be the same. The sides are different, but it certainly can be. And just settle in here for several breaths. Staying in your body. Staying right in this moment, moment by moment, breath by breath. Inhale, create space. Exhale, release. And then when you're ready to come out of that, begin to move into Shavasana. Feeling free, please feel free to take any movements or poses if you're not ready to move into Shavasana right away. But when you are ready for Shavasana, just make sure your body is balanced, symmetrical left to right, and you're supported, so you are exerting as little effort, using as little energy as possible, just letting the earth or whatever props you have support you. So you can let go, surrender everything right to the present moment. No, don't attach to thoughts, just let them float on by. And just be. Nothing to do, nothing to plan, just be. And now, gently bring your awareness back to the space and awaken your body slowly. Small movements with your fingers, your toes, maybe move your head side to side. Come back to your breath. And then draw your knees into your chest one at a time or together. And come over onto your side, cradling your head in your arms. And just notice your body, sensations, how your body feels, your emotions, your state of mind. Visit your intention if you set one before practice. I didn't cue that, but maybe you do it automatically. That would be great. And then use your arms to bring yourself back up to where we started, to a comfortable seat. And sit with a tall, straight spine. And let's end how we started, with 3 inhales through the nose and sighing it out with an ah. And I invite you to bring your hands, palms together at your heart space, and bow to your efforts today, your willingness to come and engage in whatever practice I bring, your willingness to trust me and do some crazy things like the hokey pokey. Just a reminder as you go through life and through yoga practice to have a playful attitude, to let joy come in when it appears and even invite it. And I thank you for coming, and the light in me bows to and honors the very same light in which you hear. Namaste. Thanks for coming, and I hope to see you again here next week.